development purposes, we don't mind moving to a different place, but give us an alternative land and funding so that we can rebuild the temples. But the government simply do not give. They just come and they say it is illegal temple. They just bring in the bulldozers and they demolish the temples. And we feel that this is deliberately done to insult the feelings of non-Muslim community in the country, and also to uphold the Muslim supremacy agenda that they have, that the Malaysian government has. This is a case in 2009. There was a 100-year-old Hindu temple in Chalam. Because now they are surrounded in a Muslims have built houses around the area, they wanted the temple to move. So when the temple complained, they slaughtered a cow's head and paraded, violently. They slaughtered after Friday Muslim prayers, and they step on the cow. The cow is a holy animal for the Hindus. And for doing this, the Home Minister organizes a press conference with them and say they should be allowed to express their feelings.
When was this?
2009.
Okay.
So the Home Minister is condoning violent idea of the Muslims. When we organized a candle vigil to protest this violent behavior, our people were arrested. I will move because you are short of time. Now, there are about 200, minimum of about 200 stateless Indians in Malaysia. And my friend from Borneo will also tell you his story, where there are also stateless people. In Peninsula, where we live, with regards to the Indians, we believe that there are minimum of 200,000 people who are stateless. These people are deliberately denied birth certificates and citizenship by the Malaysian government, simply because they do not want to show in statistics that the Indian population is higher than what they are trying to portray. And as a result of them not being issued with birth certificates, many could not get health care, cannot go to school, they can't take licenses, they can't obtain jobs, and their life is in a complete mess. Now, many of them are fourth generation who are born in Malaysia, and even right up to the fourth generation, they are not issued with birth certificates. Just so that you can have a picture, I've taken some newspaper cuttings where you will see that this young girl is all dressed up, but she can't go to school. Some people have to wait for 30 years, etc. Only then they are able to go to schools. Only then they get their birth certificates, etc. But the point is, the government is refusing to address the problem that more than 200 Indians itself are stateless people in the country. And the government, the reason why the people are so silent, fearful of the government, is because they have repressive laws in Malaysia. We have a law called the Internal Security Act, which means the government can detain us for an unlimited period of time and they can hold us behind bars without taking us or without charging us in court. And the Hindraf members have also been lawyers. I am a lawyer, my brother is also a lawyer. He has been arrested, I have also been arrested many times. They were held about 2 years in prison for raising these issues of human rights. And the police in Malaysia, again, because it is completely controlled by the majority Malay Muslims, have been very brutal. Particularly, it looks like they are targeting the Indian community, because we are only about 8% of the community.
8%.
Only 8%, but yet 90% of people who die in police custody are Indians. Strange enough. And also 95% of people who are shot dead they have an unofficial shoot to kill policy in Malaysia by the police. Suspects are just shot dead arbitrarily without apprehending them legally. And 95% of those who are shot dead again happen to be Indians. The photographs here are going to be very stressful. I will move it very fast. I don't wish to stress you, but you will see in the photograph that there are brutal beating marks on the body. When they die in police custody, the police say that they died because they had heart attack, lung infection, chest infection. But when we go in, we investigate, we take photograph, we find there are beating marks all over the body. When they are shot dead also, the shot marks are all on the forehead or on the chest correctly. But the police say that they chased them, they shot at us, we shot them, they died, nothing happened to us. So I'm just going to move very quickly so that I won't, you can see all the beating marks there. And, the government doesn't hold any post-mortem. Even in the rare cases that they hold post-mortems, you will see that, the government doctors comes up with a report to say that they died out of natural cause. So what basically Hindra, I belong to says Hindu American Foundation, because I just presented there last week.
Okay.
I just came 3 days ago, sorry, I didn't change.
Okay. Yeah.
I just came back from US 3 days ago. And what we are asking for is our basic, we feel that as human beings, as citizens of Malaysia, we should be treated equally as a human being.
Yeah.
As a human being, we feel that we deserve whatever that is basic human rights, basic universal principles, basic democratic principles. So that's why we are here on behalf of the Malaysian Indians and also the Chinese from the peninsula. I'm here to urge the Holland Parliament and its Foreign Office to engage Malaysian government in a dialogue and request for explanation, and also, if possible, to bring these serious issues of violation of human rights maybe at the European Parliament level, or even, I do not know what are the mechanisms here. If there are some mechanisms here to take this matter further. I live in London. They've actually revoked my passport because of all my human rights work, and I'm now living in exile in London, but I'm still carrying on with the human rights work in Malaysia, and I'm willing to come again to assist in whatever way I can.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.